Welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, I love Dollar Tree yarn, so if you're wondering what to crochet, what patterns work best, make sure you stay till the end. Or if you just want some free patterns, I'll leave that linked in the description box. Or if you just like to see what I've been crocheting, make sure you stay to the end. But first, subscribe. Alright, so the first thing I made was this chocolate dipped strawberry. This was a YouTube tutorial. They used acrylic yarn, but I wanted to use the Just Chenille from the Dollar Tree. I used the red color, the brown, and then the emerald green. I thought it turned out really cute and so pretty. This was a low sew pattern. You just sewed on the top, so that was really easy and simple to follow, and that was nice too, because as you guys know, this yarn sheds so much when you're sewing, and it gets caught and it breaks a lot. So I'll link this pattern below. It's a really easy YouTube tutorial to follow. There's just one color change, so it's still nice if you're beginner friendly, because just one color change, not a lot of back and forth like some of the other patterns. And then the next thing I made was this little bunny, and I used this Premier Just Yarn plush from the Dollar Tree. This one's kind of hit or miss at the Dollar Tree. I feel like it's not as consistent, like as far as finding it in store. I always see Just Chenille and I always see Just Yarn worsted, the acrylic yarn, but I hardly ever see the plush yarn. Like sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, and it seems like only certain stores have it. So if you do see it, this is a really fun pattern. It's so soft, and this was a no-sew pattern. And then since it's fluffy, it's kind of hard to see, but the bunny even has little feet, and then its head kind of goes out too, and a little tail, but it's so fluffy it's kind of hard to see each thing, but I thought it was still a really fun pattern. It turned up really nice with the fluffy yarn still, and it was still a really fun, easy pattern to follow. It's no sew. I mean, this fluffy yarn, it is hard to see the stitches. You just kind of have to feel it, just kind of have to guess. But the good thing about it is you can't see the stitches, so it's, if you make mistakes, it's very hard to tell. So that's kind of nice. It's for beginners. It's complicated to use, but at the end, your plushies still turn out nice, because if your stitch definition is off, it's very hard to notice that. Alright, and then here's the third thing, is this frog. This is a free Instagram pattern by Crocheted by Elle. She's super talented, super popular, and it's very easy to see why. She has a lot of free patterns and paid patterns. This was one of the free ones. This is no sew. In her pattern, she sewed on the arms and legs, so I did too. But these could easily be surface crocheted. If you don't know how to surface crochet and you want a video, please comment below. I'd be happy to make it if that's something you guys would like to see. But I used the mint yarn by Just Chenille from the Dollar Tree, and it came out so cute, and there was quite a bit left over. She used like a really thin velvet yarn, so this came out a lot bigger. So if you're going to use Bernat Blanket or like Sweet Snuggles Light, this guy will be huge. But I think it was a good size. It wasn't too small, it wasn't too big with the Just Chenille yarn. And I just love this pattern because, you know, crochet frogs are really popular. But this one was just so different. It didn't look like all the other leggy frogs you see. But if you want, you could make it have long legs. Anyway, so I just thought that was so fun. It was kind of like a different take on the leggy frog. Alright, next up, both of these were in my winter crochet pattern video. I'll link it here. They're all winter themed in my winter crochet pattern video. Lots of like snowmans, penguins, and things like that, snowflakes. So this first one is a no sew yeti, super cute, and make sure you go watch that video if you want to hear more about this and the crochet process. Again, made with all Dollar Tree yarn, and so is this hot cocoa one. I kind of want to highlight this one more since before you know it, a lot of the snow will be gone, but there's still some colder weather for those hot cocoa cozy movie nights and stuff like that. And I feel like you could change this to like a different color, like right now with like pink and red and things like that. This was just so fun to make. I loved it how it was like very interactive pattern. And what's nice about both of these is there's at least 3 colors. That's when I really like to use the Dollar Tree Just Chenille yarn, because it's only $1.25 each, whereas if you buy it on premieryarns.com, like Premier Parfait, those are what, $4.99 a skein, or if you buy like the mainstays yarn at Walmart, that's like $7.99. Bernat blanket, the lowest I've seen is like $10. You get the idea. So, and if you need 3 colors, then that adds up so fast. And then now crocheting becomes a very expensive hobby, and it's just to make something super tiny that fits in the palm of your hand. Especially if you just crochet as a hobby. Like maybe you are going to sell these at markets, then it might be more worth it because you can make several with those big skeins of yarn. But also maybe they won't sell at your markets. Maybe, you know, it's hard to tell which items are going to be popular, which are going to be not popular. So definitely try it with a Dollar Tree yarn first. That's what I'm starting to do with a lot of my Etsy shop. I'm putting it with Dollar Tree yarn. If it sells well, then I make more with different yarn. But I usually like kind of make the first one with a more affordable yarn. That way I'm not buying all these huge skeins, different colors, and I hardly use them. But since both of these are no-sew patterns, they work really nice with the Premier Just Chenille yarn. Make sure you watch my full in-depth review of that yarn. I'll link it right here. Because I do talk more about how sewing can be difficult, so it's better with no-sew projects and things like that, and how to still complete a project with sewing if you want more details on how to use this yarn. But these are just some quick, easy ideas. And this next one is a parakeet. This was a YouTube tutorial by, I think her name's Abby Bell. I hope I'm saying it right. Abby Bell Studio here on YouTube. Super cute. I had parakeets growing up, so when I saw this, I knew I had to make it. I loved it. It was so nostalgic. This is another no-sew pattern. So once again, it works really great with the Dollar Tree yarn. And this was that teal color, which is nice because sometimes the brighter colors like teal or even like the red or this like emerald green color, it's like, what am I going to do with that? I feel like a lot of times with plushies, the main colors are like a white, a cream, and like brown, like tan shades, things like that, or pastel shades like the mint green color, the soft pink color. A lot of times the more vibrant colors like teal and red and hot pink and purple, it's like, what do I do with that? So this is a great project to make with that color yarn, and it uses up a good chunk of it too. You know, because sometimes it's just like a tiny little color change. No, this is majority of this plushie is in that teal color. It's just not a small color change like the yellow. So I liked it. It was such a fun pattern because look how clean the color change is. Just so beautiful, easy to follow. The only thing is that you have to watch your tension with this because the head needs to be lined up with the feet where the bobble stitches are, and then there's some increases like to make it go out at the back. So then that has to be lined up with the back. So the pattern's easy to follow, but as always, when there's like bobble stitches and different increases to make different shapes, and the tail, because you can see the tail's kind of going to the side since this is all completely no-sew. Sometimes, and the head is kind of looking that direction a little bit, sometimes that can be hard. If it's no-sew, you have to watch your tension. Even if the pattern, you follow the pattern to a T, if your tension is tighter or looser, that can affect where the stitches line up. So thanks again for watching. That's what I've been crocheting recently with the Dollar Tree yarn. You guys know I love this yarn. Make sure you watch my other videos to see what else I've crocheted before with the Dollar Tree yarn, to see how the plushies work up. I just like to show you guys how all the plushies, how all the patterns turn out with this yarn. And I like to use free patterns too, and that makes it super affordable. The yarn's $1.25 and the pattern's free. So it's really nice because, like I said, it can easily become a very expensive hobby, but it does not have to be. So make sure you guys check out my Etsy shop if you want to support my channel. I have so many patterns as well as plushies too if you don't crochet and you just want a plushie. And then a lot of the patterns are under $5 as well, since crochet patterns are starting to get very expensive these days. So make sure you check it out. Thanks so much. I'll link my other videos here. You can see what else I crocheted with Dollar Tree yarn. All my tutorials use Dollar Tree yarn, and also you can just see the videos, the shop with me videos, if you want to see what yarn has been at the Dollar Tree stores lately. So thanks so much. I love you guys, and make sure you subscribe and leave a comment if you stay to the end. Bye.